Hey, Wimbledon World Entertainment, and The Witcher Season 4/5 is on its way. We've known this for a while, and of course it has Liam Hemsworth as Geralt of Rivia, replacing Henry Cavill. And Netflix knows that they got a disaster on their hand because they are hiding this thing to save their lives. They really are. Now, Netflix did a presentation of all the upcoming things, including shows for next year, and The Witcher Season 4 was not among them. However, they have dropped what they're calling a trailer, but it's not a trailer, it's an official clip. Now, we can't show you the full clip because Netflix will hit us. They might even hit us just for this little bit. But I'm going to show you the start of the trailer because we hear Liam Hemsworth speaking as Geralt. And yeah, you're going to see exactly what we're in for. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the clip of Liam Hemsworth replacing Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher Season 4. Brace yourself.
It's a wraith. Stand back. With these words your mortal shall meet my fate at fiery hell. Fuck.
Yes, so there it is. And as Henry Cavill says at the end there, fuck. At least Henry Cavill actually tried to put the voice of Geralt on, where a lot of people are saying, why does Liam Hemsworth just sound like he's trying to do Chris Hemsworth doing Thor? And that is the thing, and you're just like, ooh. Now, the trailer itself on Netflix's official account is doing horribly. It's got 20,000 upvotes to 45,000 downvotes, and the comment section is exactly what you would expect. Like, we'll have a look at some of them. Like, now, the first one is kind of like, hey, look, and says, hey, remember guys, don't blame Liam, blame the producers. Yes, that is true. You know, this isn't Liam Hemsworth's fault. This is the producer's fault. So the next one was, gotta respect them for keeping this comment section open. Then The Switcher is another one. Then you have, if Henry Cavill didn't exist, Liam is actually not a bad casting. Anyway, RIP to what could have been the next Game of Thrones. No, probably was never well, in saying that, it kind of is Game of Thrones, you know. It started off with promise, and it's going to end in disaster. So it says, Liam pulling out the heart of the wraith, quite symbolic of what producers did to the show. Then this person just says, I don't know how to feel. Then you get the usual Henry, you'll be missed. Liam, you know, good luck. Someone said, almost dislocated my hip running to the comment section. And it goes on and on like that, you know. You have another one, don't blame Liam, blame Netflix and all this stuff. There was one that said, I'm not sure where it's gone now, but it did say the likes of Liam Hemsworth just sounds like he's trying to do Chris Hemsworth ready to fight Loki. But the trailer's doing horribly. But we got a bit of an article kind of talking a bit about it, saying like Netflix has released the official trailer, it's not a trailer, to The Witcher Season 4, offering the first extended look at Liam Hemsworth as Geralt of Rivia. The series returns October 30th. Now keep that in mind. This is the first thing they've really dropped for this show, and it's out in a month's time. It's like, oh, okay. You're really like just hiding this thing. They know it's dead on arrival. So it's saying Season 4 marks the beginning of the end, as Netflix is filming the 4th and 5th season back-to-back to wrap up the fantasy series. Hemsworth takes over the role from Henry Cavill, who left this series after Season 3. They're not filming Season 4 and 5 back-to-back. They filmed Season 4 and they've just chopped it in half and made it a 4 and 5. That's what they did there. It's not a case of, oh, we're going to do 2 seasons. They said 2 seasons. They did Season 4 and they just chopped it up. So that's why there's 4 and 5. So Netflix previously teased a brief look, or first look image of Hemsworth in full Geralt costume, and now fans can see more of his version of the White Wolf in action. Showrunner Lauren S. Histridge also previously told EW the look has been in development for over a year. First question you have to ask there then is, you have a look for Geralt of Rivia. We know what he looks like. We know what he's meant to look like. What do you mean you've been working on his look for over a year? You mean, right, Henry Cavill absolutely looked like Geralt of Rivia. How do we get Liam Hemsworth to do the same? And when you look at the images and you look at the part of the trailer that we could show, you kind of realise, oh, this is like the vegan version of Geralt. You know, it's like we went from massive size to slim size, and it really is like, ugh. And apparently, Henry's not the only person who's left. Someone else only recently left, apparently. So I'm not sure who that was. I think it was the guy who played like his mentor in the show. I think it was him. I'm not 100% sure. And it's funny because we're even hearing the women from the show, can't remember the actress's actual name, the one who plays Yennefer and Ciri, who have been saying like it's such a letdown that Henry had left and all this. So, like, they've been really fairly vocal about the fact that Henry left, even though at the end of the day, The Witcher at Netflix was pretty much the Yennefer and Ciri show and barely featured Henry. So it's kind of like, eh. But yeah, look, Henry got such a pain in his ass with Lauren Histridge that it was like they just wouldn't use The Witcher. They wouldn't use Geralt. They hadn't a clue what they were doing. They were doing a mess of the whole thing. You know, again, he wrote that whole scene with Roach because they wanted to make it a joke. And he was like, no, it can't be a joke. And they could not figure it out and ended up getting pissed off and throwing him the script and said, go on, then you write the scene. And he did. And that was possibly the best scene out of 2 seasons or 3 seasons of the show we've gotten so far. And yeah, look, again, it's not Liam's fault. Now, he could have looked at Henry's performance and went, do I try and do the voice? That's another question, like, who told him to either try a voice or don't try a voice? It's up to him. I'm curious as to who told him that. Or did he make that decision? Did he say, I'm not going to try and do it because I don't want to be compared to Henry Cavill? That's going to happen anyway. You know, you've taken on the role of Geralt. That's happening. There's no if, buts, ands about that. That is happening. So the idea that you just kind of did this weird, like, British voice that, again, does sound like you're trying to mimic your brother doing his Thor voice. And it's like, that's such a weird decision to go with. The clip they showed, if you watch the full clip, it's pretty bad. Like, it's not a great clip. The effects look fine in it, but, like, it looks a bit clunky. Like, his movement and stuff, he looks a lot slower in his movement with the sword playing stuff than Henry Cavill did. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, will I watch it and review it for you guys? I might put it to a poll and see if you want me to watch it and review it. Otherwise, I might check it out. If you don't want it to be reviewed, I might check it out. Like, I'm kind of in that camp of I lost interest when Henry left. It's like, that's stupid. And his last scene, they said he's going out like a boss. You're going to see him kicking ass. And he didn't. He was basically having a small fight, was about to get murdered, and then got saved by the girl boss. It was like, of course he did. And the last we saw of him was walking off with a bunch of women into the forest. I was like, wow, if that's how you're saying goodbye to this guy. Wow. So, yeah, I might put it to a poll to see, but let us know what you think of the clip. If you've seen the full clip, let us know what you think of that. But more so, what do you think of that part we looked at where we hear him speak, and what do you think of the performance of how he's speaking and stuff? Do you think he should have tried more of the Geralt voice? Or, yeah, let us know anyway what you think of it all. And are you even looking forward to this season? Or did you care? Did you ever watch it? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next.